Hello everyone, another quick video. This is my paper trade account again. I'm actually in a trade right now in it. Bought, ignore this first one, this was just a bad trade, but bought NVDA, NVDA puts at $1.12, sold a third of them at $1.26. Currently they're trading at $1.15, so I'm just slightly up on the remainder. But real money, I traded Apple again this morning at the open. Shortly after the open, I bought calls. Bring it up on my other screen so I can see, and I can get a screenshot of this, put it on my Twitter feed. At 9:36 this morning, I bought calls. I was actually watching NVDA. Go back to NVDA. I was watching NVIDIA, and I actually liked it better for a play at the open. The problem was these two trades right here. Remember yesterday I talked about pre-market highs. Zoom in here. We stayed near the highs, but we had these two candles here, and that's what kind of made me second guess. I wasn't sure about it because of these two candles. If these weren't here, I would have jumped in right here on this candle, probably right at the close of this candle. But because of these two candles here, I was kind of leery because it wasn't, I mean, it doesn't look like much, but that's actually $1.75. That's actually 175.50. That's about 50 cents higher. So there would have been a chance that this could have ran up to the top of this candle, which was pretty much in line with this, and then sold off. If these two candles weren't here, I probably would have jumped in this pretty much at the open, just like I did yesterday with Apple. And that would have been a nice one to be in. Now let's take a look, go back to Apple. I did trade Apple this morning, shortly after the open. 9:36 I bought calls, so it was actually, I kind of chased it just a little bit. I tried to get in back here right after it broke this pivot point. Right after it broke this pivot point, I tried to get in, and I had to raise my bid a little bit to get in, so I got in right at 9:36. 9:36 and 11 seconds. I paid the 230 calls. I paid 68 cents. I bought 4 of them at 68 cents. And remember, at the open it can be tricky, so I trade smaller amounts. Paid 68 cents at 9:37 exactly. I sold one at 77 cents. At 9:37.47 I sold another one at 81 cents. At 9:39, which was the open of this candle, I sold one at 89 cents. At that point, I set a sell order to sell the rest. That I only had one contract left, to sell that last contract at a close below the 21 EMA. I should have sold it up here. I was up, I don't know, 80% on that one contract. I ended up sticking to it, and I sold it here at 10. Actually, it was 10:06 when it sold. So it actually sold 10:06 right at the open of this candle. I had a sell order set to sell below the 17 EMA. This blue line here is the 21 EMA, so it sold at the close of this candle. So right at the open of this candle is when it sold, and it sold for 75. So in the end, I sold one at 75, one at 89, one at 81, one at 77. That's 322. 68 times 4, 272. What did I say it was? 322 minus 272. I already did the math. It's like 18%, 18.3%. If I would have sold that last contract up here, it would have been 36%. But you don't know what it's going to do. It could have did like yesterday and ran all day, and I could have made 50%. Who knows? But again, same thing, similar setup to yesterday. You know, it was running. Pre-market was near the highs. It opened close to the highs. We had a pivot point here. Once it broke above the pivot point, the pre-market highs, that was my signal to get in. I had to chase it a little bit because it took off on me pretty quick. Let me see what my canceled orders were. I actually, you know what? I didn't chase it. I had an order set. I bought it at 9:36 and 11 seconds. My first canceled order is at 9:37, and that's a sell order for 83 cents. So that must have been 9:37.31. I had a sell order set for 83, and I lowered it to 81. I should have just held it at 83, but anyway, that was my trade, my real money trade for today. 2 days in a row on Apple. Like I said, I actually liked NVDA better, but I was a little bit leery of these two candles right here. That's what's kind of swayed me away from playing NVIDIA at the open. NVIDIA seems to be a little bit less predictable than Apple also, which is another reason. But if these would have been a little bit lower, closer to this pivot, I probably would have jumped in this one. And I probably would have sold most of it right here, and probably all but one contract right here. And at that point, you know what? Actually, these aren't even right levels. These are from yesterday because this is my paper trade account. I don't update this one every day. Let me put these at the levels that they should be. 176.19. And the other one was 175.50. This was pre-market highs and lows. So, yeah. That's not. Why is that not even looking right? Why is it showing 176.19 as a pre-market high when it didn't get that high? Yeah, I don't know why that. Oh, okay, that's a different number. That was a line I put in there for the level I was watching. Okay, so it's not 176.19. It's 174.17. All right, we'll get it figured out. Bear with me here. Okay, so that was pre-market highs and pre-market lows. These two purple lines. So if these would have been a little bit lower, a little bit closer to this pivot point, I would have jumped in. I probably would have sold probably half right here, and probably somewhere along here I would have sold a little bit more. It probably would have, at this point I probably would have only held one contract, and it would have probably sold here because I probably would have set an order to sell it to close below the 21 EMA. So that's probably where it would have sold. You know, I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke and tell you, oh, I would have bought here and I would have sold all of them right here. You don't know that. I wouldn't have done that. I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't have done that. And it's probably foolish if anybody did. Remember, I've said before, if you try to catch highs and lows, you're going to lose in this game. So that was pretty much it. Now, the trade that I'm in right now, paper trade, is puts. They're actually trading at $1.24. I have 4 contracts left. Paid $1.12. They're trading at $1.29 right now. So let's go back and take a look. Here's the actual trade that I'm in. You see here I still hold 4. I'm gonna sell 2 more at $1.31. So we get a little bit of a push down. Those should trigger. And you might actually get to see here what I was talking about before with the paper trade account. It may trigger even though a sell never goes across the ticker at that amount. So the bid is at 127, 128. Looking at the chart, it just sold at $1.31. Now let's go back and look and see if any. See, no trades that went through to $1.31. So that's what I was talking about before when I mentioned about how it's not always 100% accurate. Now the bid's at $1.30. Once the bid hits $1.31, you can pretty much be assured, even if no trade goes across to $1.31. Once a bid hits $1.31, you can pretty much be sure that it would have sold. If you're selling at the bid, I mean, if you do market sell with a bid of $1.31, you're probably going to get $1.31. So let's see if it actually triggers $1.31 here on the bid. We're right now at 130 or 127 on the bid. So get a little bit of a drop. If we look at the actual chart, there's 129. And a trade actually went through at 129. So we're looking for 131 because that's where it said that my sell order went through at. So if we see a 131 on the bid, then we can know that that's a valid sell, and pretty much take credit. There's $1.31 right there. So my sell order would have went through. Even if I would have did a market sell, probably would have went through at 131 with liquidity. It's actually going up even more now. So there's an order at 137, so it definitely would have went through. I have two left. I'm going to sell another one. I'm going to put an order in at 138. See if we can get out of that at 138. There's actually a support level down here, pre-market low. So we need to break that pre-market low. We have not broke it yet today. We may not break it, but I'm up enough on this trade. I'm actually up $109 on this trade so far. I'm not going to let it get to the point where I lose money on the trade, but I am going to see what I can get. I may cancel that and bring that down because I don't want it to go too far against me and take away too much of my profits here. So it's good that you get to see this. Here's the actual NVDA chart, and it bounced right off of today's pre-market lows. I'm going to cancel this order. Remember, I have two contracts left. I can see this chart on my other monitor, but I want you guys to see it too. So my other computer, I have this chart up, so I'm watching it out of the corner of my eye. Watching it out of the corner of my eye here, and right now it's trading at 124, and I paid 112. So let's see if it comes up. It may come up, and this was the open right here. It may come up and bounce off of today's open. Let's see. It may bounce off the cloud. Then again, it could just reverse and all the buyers come in and try to buy at discount prices before the close. So who knows what's going to happen for sure. But like I said, that's why I want to. That is why I want to make sure that I don't take a loss on this. I'm checking my email here while this is going on. And I'm ready. I'll come over here. I'll put a 2 back in there. That way, if I don't like what I see, I can just go over and hit market sell or sell market right there and get out. I don't want to have this video go on too long. We're already coming up on 15 minutes here. But you get the gist of it. You can see what I did, what I looked for. I got in this trade at where's it at? Oh, someone wrong. Got in this trade at 154. So I got in. back here. This candle here is where I got in at. I got in because it came up, it lost this support level. The market's weak, it's been weak, NVIDIA's been weak. So I kind of figured once we got up here, we'd start seeing some more downside. So I got in right at the open of this candle, which was up here. So this was my entry right about here, and rode it down. Like I said, right now I'm up. You can see this quotes thing here. This is something I have up. Right here is the trade. I'm up $94 on the on this trade today. So, and the trade that I got in earlier that I lost money on was at 12.19. I got in calls. 12.19. I got in right here after this bullish engulfing candle. It broke back above these levels. Got in right after the open of this candle, and it just didn't follow through. And it probably wasn't the smartest thing to get in calls on a day like today. But we had a bullish engulfing candle, fairly large candle that broke above a resistance level. Probably should have waited till it broke above the cloud, which it actually did over here. But anyway, I stopped out of that for a loss. But just wanted to show you that. Alright, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and end this video, just because I don't want it to be too long, drag on too long. But you can see I'm up $93 on this trade. I still have 2 contracts left. If it gets down to this level again, I think I'll sell one more, and then I'll hold that one to see if it drops lower. If it pops up above the blue line here, I'm not even going to wait for a close above the blue line. If it pops above the blue line, I'm going to sell both. Normally I'd say wait for a close, but I'm already up decently on the first shares I've sold. So I'm not going to wait for a close. If it just happens to pop above that, then I'm out. So let's see, it's starting to come back down here now. Right now it's trading at $1.42. I'm up $101 on this trade. $104 on the trade. And here we go. So let me get rid of one more at we're at 131 by 135. Let me put 137 in there. See if I can get out of one of them at 137. That's probably a little bit high. Let me go down to 135. So it's trading at 131 by 135 right now. Right there's one at 135 that just went through. So mine should probably go through. We're back down at those low levels. Today's low. If we can break down below the pre-market low, which is today's low, I think we'll go down even more. So we had that one trade at 135. Let's see. We'll see if we bounce or if we go lower. And we may bounce and then go lower a little bit later. I don't like being in trades after 3 o'clock though, because that's when some of the buyers start to come, market makers come back in and start buying, or they could come in and start selling. So we don't know what they're going to do. I'd like to sell this one last one before I close this video. Or not the one last one, but I'll have one left after this one. But you see an order did go across at 135. I think that might have went through before I moved it, before I lowered it to 135 though. So that wouldn't have actually sold, it wouldn't have actually triggered. Now the cloud may push that down. If the cloud, that might be, another half hour, but the cloud might come down and push that down. And we're testing that pre-market low. So let's see what happens here. There's the bid at 136 now, so mine would have sold. Bids at 136, mine definitely would have sold. So that one will go through here in any minute. A trade just came across at 138, so yeah, that's definitely out now. So I have one contract left. You can see right here my position, one contract left. And let's see where we go to now. Now at this point I may just set a sell order in to sell if it closes above. At this time of day it'll probably be a pretty tight stop. We're at 174 right now. Let's see if we lose that. And I'm actually up $116 on this trade now. I'm going to go ahead and set a sell order just for the heck of it, just to show you guys how to do it, or how I do it. You come over here, hit this little wheel. You have to do market. Come down here, study, edit. First thing I do is come up here, set it for the 3-minute time period, add condition, price, close from the previous candle. This has to be one to show the previous candle is greater than, because we're playing puts. Study, type in EXP, moving average exponential. I'll set this to 13. Hit save. Hit OK, hit save, hit confirm and send. So if this closes above the 13 EMA, which will be roughly right here, that last one will sell automatically. So we're at 22 minutes. I really hate making videos this long because nobody likes to watch them. Nobody likes to sit through them when they're that long, including myself. I know when I watch a video this long, I usually just skip through it and catch bits and pieces, but I just think this is good. I think this is good to see. You'll see if it closes above the 13 EMA, it's going to automatically sell out. Right now I'm up $107 on this trade for the day, $108. I'm going to go ahead and close the video because who knows how this could take another 10 minutes. But thanks for watching, and I'll catch you tomorrow. See where this sells at. I'll try to put a note in here in the comments section about what price that sold at. So thanks for watching, and see you later. Bye.